buying something useless. It usually starts small. We are lying in bed staring at a glowing screen. Our brains are tired and we just want a quick hit of joy. So we click buy. For a few days, we feel a tiny spark of anticipation. Then the cardboard box arrives on our porch. We open it up and the excitement instantly vanishes. That gadget or piece of clothing now sits in the corner of our room. It is no longer a reward. It is a small, silent monument to $40 we will never get back. We have all been there. Level 1 is the harmless bruise of financial regret. It is the impulse buy that proves our brains were just looking for a cheap distraction. But that cardboard box is a gateway. Because once we get comfortable wasting a little bit of money, the timeline of our regret starts to speed up. Spending too fast after payday. Level 2 hits us right after the direct deposit clears. It is Friday evening and our banking app shows a full balance. For 48 hours, we feel unstoppable. We buy the drinks. We upgrade the dinner. We ignore the prices because we feel like we have finally escaped the pressure. But then Tuesday morning arrives. We are sitting in our cars checking that same app. The balance has dropped by half, and we still have 2 weeks until the next check. Suddenly, we are doing brutal mental math just to buy generic groceries. We realized that Friday night confidence was completely fake. We were not rich. We were just holding an hourglass that was bleeding sand faster than we realized. Level 2 introduces the cycle of panic. We promise ourselves we will never do it again. But we can hide level 2 from the world. The real trouble begins when we drag someone else into our financial mess, lending money to the wrong person. Level 3 is where money stops being numbers and starts being people. A friend or family member comes to us in a panic. They need a favor and we want to be good people. So we transfer the funds. They promise to pay us back by the first of the month. The first of the month comes and goes. We send a casual text message. We get a vague excuse. Then we get the awkward silence. Every family gathering or group chat is now poisoned by this invisible tension. We realize a very painful truth. We did not just lose our money. We essentially paid cash to permanently destroy a relationship. Level 3 hurts because it breaks our trust in other people. But what happens when we ignore the promises we made to our future selves? That is where the real danger begins. Ignoring savings. Level 4 is a quiet kind of terror. It is the mistake of doing absolutely nothing. We wake up one day and realize we have zero safety net. Because we ignored our savings, every single day becomes a high-stakes gamble. We drive to work and turn the radio down just so we can listen closely to the engine. We pray that the strange rattling noise goes away. Because if one tire pops or one surprise medical bill arrives in the mail, our entire month will fracture. We realize we are not actually living in peace. We are just standing on a trapdoor, hoping life does not pull the lever. Level 4 is the heavy anxiety of knowing we are totally exposed. We brush it off and tell ourselves we still have plenty of time to build that safety net. Until we realize time was the one thing we were actively burning, not learning earlier. Level 5 hits us the day we finally understand the math. Maybe we read a book or watch a video about how compound interest actually works. We see how a few dollars invested early on turns into a massive shield later in life. And then we calculate our own age. We look back at all the years we wasted letting our money just slip through our fingers on things we do not even remember buying. It is a crushing realization. If someone had just sat us down and taught us this 10 years ago, our lives would look completely different today. We realize we cannot buy back a decade of lost time. This lost education creates a deep, quiet panic inside of us. We feel incredibly desperate to catch up. And that desperation is exactly what drags us down into level 6, taking bad debt. Level 6 is where the regret becomes structural. In a moment of panic or impatience, we sign our names on a high-interest loan or max out a credit card. At the time, it feels like a necessary rescue. But months later, we stare down at the statement. We see that our monthly payment is barely covering the interest charges. We realize We have not just lost money. We have actively sold off our future labor to a bank. Every morning we wake up and commute to work. The first 2 hours of our shift belong entirely to a credit card company. We are sweating and stressing to pay for a past mistake instead of funding our own futures. Being chained to bad debt is exhausting. But the true tragedy of being tied down is what we are forced to watch float right past us. Missing an opportunity. Level 7 is the pain of the phantom life. It is the exact life we could have had. We drive past a house we toured a few years ago. Back then, it was actually affordable. But our credit was a mess and our savings were completely empty. Now we watch a stranger mowing that lawn while the value of that property has doubled. Or maybe a friend asked us to partner up on a small business idea. We had to say no because we were too busy drowning in the debt of level 6. Now that business is thriving without us. We are forced to sit on the sidelines and watch someone else live the exact reality that was supposed to be ours. The opportunity was right there in front of us. Our past mistakes simply meant our bank accounts could not say yes. We can eventually make peace with a missed opportunity for ourselves. But level 8 is the mistake we can never take back. Hurting family financially. Level 8 is the heaviest weight a person can carry. It is the moment we realize our financial choices are no longer just our problem. Maybe it is the day our aging parents have to dip into their fragile retirement to bail us out of an emergency. We watch them write a check they really cannot afford. They are silently sacrificing their own comfort because of our mistakes. Or maybe we look at our own children. We realize that because we never broke the cycle, our financial ceiling has now become their floor. They will start their adult lives carrying the exact same stress and limitations that we did. We did not just ruin our own credit scores. We accidentally handed down a legacy of pressure to the people we love the most. If we recognize ourselves anywhere on this staircase right now, the shame can feel completely permanent. But the stairs actually go both ways. The secret about financial regret is that shame is the glue that keeps us stuck. When we feel ashamed of our money mistakes, we hide from them. We stop looking at our bank accounts. We ignore the mail. And that is exactly how we fall down to the next level. The only way to climb back up this staircase is to turn around and actually look at the mess. We have to forgive ourselves for the money we wasted in the past. Those dollars are gone. But the lessons we bought with them can be used to protect our futures. We have to start building that safety net today, even if it is just $20 a week. We have to stop borrowing from our tomorrow just to survive our today. Financial peace is not about having luxury cars or a massive mansion. It is about knowing that when a storm hits, our families are standing on a solid foundation. I want to know which level you relate to the most right now. Share your experience in the comments below because we are definitely not alone in this. If this video helped you see your money differently, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We cannot change the money we have already spent, but we can completely change who is spending it tomorrow. And remember, every dollar counts.